This section guides you in the setup of your Casablanca, including cabling and system installation. Some of the material may refer to previous models or software versions, but the application remains the same.
What we see here is the back of a VCR, your Prestige, and the monitor. What we're going to be doing is inputting from your VCR into the Prestige. First thing we have connected here already is the power plug. This comes with your cable box. The other thing we connect is also the USB trackball. That'll be used a little bit later. Okay, the first thing we'll be doing is we're going to be taking the signal from your VCR. So we'll take an S-video for this instance, come from the output, and take the input into your Prestige. That's only carrying your video signal, so we do need to follow with the output of your audio cables. So that'll come from the outputs of the VCR to the inputs on the Prestige. So now what's happening is the VCR signal is coming out of the VCR and into the Prestige. As for another input, you can also connect to your DV camera. In this case, I have a DV camera here, and we'll be using the FireWire signal. So this is nothing more than just a simple FireWire cable, which will take both your video and audio in and out of the Prestige. This is great. We'll just plug that into the DV cable here at the back. So now we have two different kinds of inputs. As you'll see in the demo, there's a way to select between the video settings between using a DV or an analog S-video, or what we call YC. There's also the availability of a composite port here, which is the yellow one. Okay, so we've done the inputs on the Prestige. Now it's time to do your outputs. In this scenario here, I've changed little things up. You do see the cables are missing here. I've done that so it's a little more clear for you to see when we do the connections here. I've also pre-connected an audio cable and a video cable into your monitor. These are going to be fed from the outputs of your Prestige. And this will also be the audios and your S-video cable. One thing that's important to see here is we are using the left and right audios and a single audio jack on your monitor. If you do have a single jack of audio on your monitor, you will need to purchase a Y cable. That way you can combine the left and right channels into one, so that way you can hear both your audio channels. This is going to be our second output scenario. This one is the one we recommend, and it's probably going to be the most common one that you'll find out there. What you'll be doing is taking the outputs of the Prestige into the inputs of the VCR, and out of the VCR into your monitor. As you can see, I have disconnected the VCR as an input source. This is to help reduce confusion. So the first thing that we're going to connect here is the cables from out of your Prestige. This will be your S-video and your composite RCA audio cables. And those are going to go to the inputs on your VCR. So S-video in here, and your RCA audios in here. So now the signal's coming out of the Prestige into the VCR. I've pre-connected the cables here to the monitor, and these are going to be coming from the outputs of your VCR. So connect your S-video and connect your RCA audios. So just to follow through one more time here, the signal is coming out of the outputs of the Prestige into the inputs on the VCR, and out of the VCRs from its outputs to the inputs on the monitor. Using this scenario, one of the most common problems that people will report is seeing a blue screen on your TV. This is okay. This just means the VCR is in the VCR mode. To fix this, what you'll do is you'll get your remote control or find the menu select on your VCR. At this point, either use the channel up or channel down button or a button called Input Select to set the proper input setting on your VCR. If you're having difficulty finding this, I suggest you look through your owner's manual. This will help guide you to find the right selection. That'll get the signal to pass through. Okay, this is our last scenario. This is if you're using a dual monitor suite function. As you can see, we've connected two monitors here. One is the video monitor and one is the computer monitor. It's important to note that the computer monitor is only going to handle the interface. The video and audio will be displayed on the video monitor only. So for connecting that, we've already pre-connected the S-video and audio here. So these are coming out to the inputs on your video monitor. And the last connection is pretty simple. This is just for your VGA monitor. and you will need an additional cable if you do get this. Just connect the VGA port from your PC monitor and connect it into the VGA port on the Prestige, and that'll give you the setup. Next, we will talk about installing software on the Casablanca. Add-on software is a separate item. All machines can use the same CD or smart card for add-ons in the Install Product menu. Please see the web or the user manual for adding on software like filters, transition effects, title effects, and fonts. This first section will refer to older models that can boot from a smart card like an Avio, Cron, Prestige, and the standard Solitaire models. The next example may reference an older software version, but the steps for updating to a newer version or completely reformatting are the same when using a smart card. We're now ready to do the install on the Prestige. To do this, simply take the smart card that came with the system and insert it in gold side down, notch in first. Push it in until it locks and hit the power button. Our Prestige systems do ship in PAL, so we'll need to install the Smart Edit software to get it into the American NTSC standard. We also recommend that you periodically reformat your hard drive. Okay, the first message that comes up is a question about the installation language. Here we're going to choose English and say OK. Okay, this next message here we're going to be choosing yes or no for our installation. If you chose yes, it's going to actually do an update. In this case, we want to do no for an installation. The next message you'll be getting here is asking you if you want to set up the hard drive for installation. This is a yes or no question, and we do wish to do so, so let's click on yes. The next message is one that's telling you that it is going to reformat the drive and all data will be lost. Do you want to start this installation? And we'll say yes. The installation on the Prestige is a pretty quick system. It'll only take a few seconds before it's powered up and will be in the rebooting cycle. Now the last message it'll give you is to tell you to remove the smart card. We'll go ahead and pop that out. Now the Prestige will reboot. Once we're up on the main menu, we're only going to check one little menu option, and then we'll be on our way to doing the full demo. I would go up and click on System Settings, and at this point you can choose if you want to just have a singular monitor mode like I'm doing, or if you are using a dual monitor mode, you'll choose one of the VGA options. The next scenario will show installation using a CD in the Install Product menu. We often call these CDs product CDs, meaning they are used where we activate add-on products. Only machines with DVD burners and Smart Edit 4 and above can directly read system software on a CD in the Install Product menu. Again, this works just for machines that also take smart cards such as the Avios, Crons, Prestige, and the regular Solitaires. Simply power the machine up, go to System Settings, and click on Install Product. Once this menu is open, insert your CD. It's likely called the Basic OS CD. It may contain several different OS versions. You're either looking for one that you just paid for a new feature-driven version that may also have a new whole number, like going from Smart Edit 4 to Smart Edit